I'm really proud to be one of the people that started Trade Aid in Christchurch in 1973. Back then we knew that trading on fair terms with producers who were trying to make their living using their creative skills would really benefit them. And now, 40 years on, we have the evidence that fair trade has changed the lives of thousands of producers. And we were right too in thinking that our customers would love the products that they make and would feel a connection to the producers through the stories that we tell.
There's a town at about 1,000 metres altitude in the hills of Peru, and it's peppered with lots of little sugar farms. For years these farmers grew sugar and it was sold to the distillery industry because it's fermented in barrels and it's made into a rum called cañaça. Now an economic change happened. The value of cañaça went down because beer took off in South America in popularity. That caused the sugar price to fall through the floor. And as a result of that, people were getting depressed and stressed. The farmers actually started drinking their own product and alcoholism took off. Some leaders in the community, they talked to a fair trade organisation in the city. And after a lot of work and looking at it, how they could solve it holistically, they ended up with a product called granulated panela, where they take those blocks and they grind them in a mill and you end up with an unprocessed sugar that's premium grade. The value that those farmers get for their product is now 3 times as much, and they get a bigger percentage share. So all in all, the society's turned around. We visited recently, and the town, it's idyllic, it's calm, it's peaceful, it's really sweet, and I think of that every time I see that sugar.
We set this company up 3 years ago, and as part of the research to set it up, I went to Paraguay, Dominican Republic and Chile to research chocolate and sugar. I went looking for commercial answers, but what I actually found was something that I wasn't expecting. I realised when I was there that the Fair Trade Premium had done so much in Dominican Republic that the young children there had been educated, university degrees. One of them, places I visited, Victor Sanchez, he had returned to his village with a law degree because his dad was too old to run the farm. So he was there running the cocoa farm, producing product and sharing not only that knowledge with his friends, but also his legal background. When we went to Paraguay, we went to Mandavera, to a cooperative that's been established there to produce organic sugar. They had used their fair trade premium not only to pay for a new factory, but to set up a medical centre. And I met somebody who said to me, I can see. I have glasses that have been provided by my cooperative. To me, that was when I really understood that when we buy fair trade product, like cocoa beans and like the sugar that we get from Mandavera, and we bring it here to New Zealand and put it together in our factory here to create fair trade chocolate, we get a wonderful result. So we believe there's a huge future and a huge way of helping develop our partners overseas and to make fair trade chocolate the premium product in New Zealand.
Jorge Luis is a silversmith in a small rural village in Mexico. His story of change is more a story of remaining the same or staying put, because what's most valuable for him by being a fair trade silver jewellery maker who sends his products to Trade Aid in New Zealand is the fact that he isn't going to have to immigrate to the US. And unfortunately most of his extended family have had to immigrate to the US to look for work. And so he's been able to remain with his family. And so for me, as the mother of 2 young children, this means a lot. And so earrings like this one, made by Jorge, now are more than earrings. They're a symbol of family togetherness.
I believe that fair trade can change the lives of the producers that I am devoted to, and that's what I've chosen to work for Prakriti. Serving people with dignity is one of our things, what we strongly believe, and we think that our work will change the life of the people. The producers are all dignified, they're respected in the community, in the family, so I see a big change in their life.
A few years ago, I was really privileged to meet an elderly woman in rural Bangladesh whose name was Magdalena. She had come through a really violent civil war that left her homeless, widowed, with no income and with 6 children to raise on her own. And like many women of her generation, she was illiterate and had received very little education, limiting her possibilities of employment. She was introduced to a fair trade organisation called Core the Jute Works, who provided rural women with the opportunity to make craft products. The women utilised this income to improve their lives, and one of the things they prioritised was education. It was with great pride that Magdalena introduced me to her daughter, Sister Mary Christina, who was now the headmistress of a school of nearly 900 students and 30 teachers. To me, this was an opportunity brought about by fair trade, an inspirational and an extraordinary change in only one generation.